In this video, I'd like to show you how to set up a couple of software vendors' platforms so that you can do these exercises. First of all, you're looking at Logos on the screen right now. Now, the way I have my layout set up, I like to put my Bibles across the top, and this particular layout is for Intermediate Greek that I'm teaching elsewhere. I like to then put my commentaries on the bottom. Okay, now what I want to show you specifically is how you would then take, say, the New American Standard. As it comes up, I want to show you how to open your Interlinears and then how to do these word studies like we have in the homework. Okay, so we have New American Standard pulled up here, and I have it with these arrows that's on page turn. I don't like that, so I'm going to turn the columns off so that I have just the text. Okay, now what you do, there are two ways to turn your Logos Interlinears on. Notice up here in the toolbar, depending on which version you have, I have Logos 6, so the icons look a little different, but they're both up here for 4, 5, or 6. And you can see as you put your cursor there, it tells you it's the inline interlinear. Okay, so you click that on, click inline, and then there's your interlinear. Now, everything's there that you need. If you want to change some of the elements that show, you just click them on or off in this little inline menu. Okay? However, I don't like that view. Personally, I like my interlinear in Logos at the bottom. So you click this other interlinear pane and it comes up in the bottom. Now, if you want to change what you see, for example, you right-click on this little menu here, right-click, and you can turn on things like the Strong's numbers, and I can go in and turn off the Louw-Nida and the Bible Sense. Those are all three types of lexicons in Logos. So you can modify the view that you see. Then when you click on a word, I'm in Philippians 1:27 here. Let's look at conduct. If I click on conduct, see the blue area in the interlinear, it highlights. There's the English word and there's the Greek word that it's translated from. Here's your Strong's number. Put your cursor on it, gives you the number and everything, gives you the translation. Here's Louw-Nida, and so forth. All right. Now, that's for Logos. Some of you are using Accordance. In Accordance, I like to have my tabs up here. Now, again, this is set up for a Greek course. I have my Greek text here in this tab. I have my New American Standard here, so I can read it in English. I have critical apparatuses here, which deal with the manuscripts. I won't go into that. But notice that I also have one of my commentaries, and I have it on this tab. This happens to be the Word Biblical Commentary. Make a note of that. We'll come back in just a moment. Click on the New American Standard. In Accordance, if you have an interlinear for a particular translation, you should have over here what looks like to be a little set of menus, and you have this icon, and I want it to show the interlinear. So I turn it on, and now there we have it. You say, well, I want the transliterations. Okay, so go back to your little menu, click the drop-down arrow, and say, give me the lemma, but I want it transliterated. Now, if I were asking for you in this assignment to give me the transliterated word for the English word conduct, polituo is the Greek word, and there it is, transliterated for you into English. Pretty handy, hey? All right. Now, I'm going to go ahead and turn this off for a moment. I want to show you one more thing. If you have books in Accordance or in your Logos library, you can link these together. And I want to show you, just simply go to this little icon right here and you can tie it. I have it tied to the UBS4, and let's say I want to tie it to the New American Standard. If I tie it there, what that does, if I go to my New American Standard to Philippians 1:27, then my Word Biblical Commentary will also jump to Philippians 1:27. Okay? So you can tie those together so that they scroll together when you're using your sources. Now, let me show you to do the same thing in Logos, those of you using the Logos software. What you do in Logos to tie any particular resource together so that it scrolls to wherever you are in your first resource, you simply go, there's a little drop-down arrow, and you choose a link set. This particular link set, I'm using A, so I'm choosing A, and I'll drop down here to this commentary below, and I'm going to set that link set to A, and now I can tell they're linked because they both have the A. So, if I'm in Philippians, I've got my tab here, New American Standard. If I go over to, say, the New International, you see it goes right to the same verse because I have them linked. So another little feature. All right, well, enjoy your time on your homework, and I hope this helps you. The others of you who have other software, you can use any of your software to find these kinds of items, but probably it looks like about half of us are using Logos or Accord. So I hope this has been helpful.